Ancient traditions tell us that once a year, the boundary between the living and dead becomes paper thin. Today's story about a fascinating Buddhist ceremony called Boon Haw Khao Salak shows us how different cultures maintain deep connections with those who've passed on.
That's such an intriguing concept. How exactly does this ceremony create that bridge between worlds?
Well, it all centers around this specific time during the 10th lunar month, when Buddhist tradition says the veil between realms is at its thinnest. The name itself carries deep meaning: ha for offering, cow for food, and salak, referring to these special donation slips that connect the living and dead.
Hmm. Tell me more about how these offerings actually work in practice.
So, families arrive early to prepare these incredibly thoughtful offerings: traditional food baskets, personal items, and handwritten notes. But here's what's fascinating: they write their ancestors' names on small paper slips that get randomly drawn by monks, ensuring completely fair merit distribution.
That random drawing system must create some interesting dynamics in the ceremony.
Oh, it really does. You know what's remarkable? While the monks draw each name, they chant specific blessings for that ancestor. The whole temple falls into this profound silence. You can feel the weight of generations in the room.
The way you describe it makes me think about how different cultures process grief and remembrance. What stood out to you most?
Well, I was struck by this beautiful moment where an elderly woman was silently guiding a young family through the proper offering preparations, no common language between them, just gestures and warm smiles. It perfectly captured how these traditions transcend normal barriers. And
That kind of spontaneous connection really shows the ceremony's power to unite people.
exactly. And you should have seen the younger generation's engagement. There was this teenage girl so carefully writing her grandmother's name, asking all these questions about who she was. It's like watching living history being passed down in real time.
How does the temple balance maintaining these ancient traditions while keeping them relevant for modern participants?
They're incredibly thoughtful about it. The monks take time to explain each element's significance, the symbolism, the broader Buddhist principles at work. But what really struck me was how they emphasize that death isn't an end point. It's more like a transition where connections can still be maintained.
That's such a different perspective from many Western approaches to death and grieving.
You know what's fascinating? In our fast-paced digital world, this ceremony creates this sacred pause where everyone just stops. They put away their phones, they're fully present, they're connecting with something so much bigger than themselves.
Looking toward the future, how do you see these traditions evolving?
Well, based on what I witnessed, these traditions aren't just surviving, they're thriving. They're adapting while keeping their core meaning intact. It's like they're providing this crucial framework for processing loss and maintaining connections in ways our modern world often struggles to address.
That really speaks to the timeless human need for meaningful ways to honor our ancestors.
And that's exactly why these ceremonies endure. They tap into something so fundamentally human: our need to maintain connections, to honor those who came before us, to feel part of something larger than ourselves. In the end, it's about finding that delicate balance between honoring the past and living fully in the present.